New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
What Would Louise Say? Join us every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Hosted by Reverend Martine Bernard. Explore the wisdom of Louise Hay. Brought to you by New Thought Media Network. Dive into Louise's teachings. Experience healing and empowerment. Reverend Martine shares insights. Connect with a contemporary audience. Unlock your potential. Transform your life with love. Embrace positivity and healing. Join our vibrant community. Ready to join us? Let's spread love and wisdom together. Please like, share, and subscribe. Only on New Thought Media Network, positively inspiring.
Hello, 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 beautiful ones. Welcome to What Would Louise Say? And I'm your host, Reverend Martine Bernard. I am absolutely thrilled today because we have a fabulous show in store for you with some wonderful guests. These two beautiful ladies are sisters from another mom, and they are my fellow lovers, passionate for Louise Hay's worldview and philosophy. Let me tell you a little bit about each of them. Yes, 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 my beloveds. Oh, how are you doing? If you're streaming in from somewhere where it's morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, beloveds, today I'm so delighted. I am so delighted to welcome these two master teachers who are doing the work. They are doing the work. They are following in the footsteps of Louise Hay. So today, joining me are Christy Dickson, COO and Co-Teacher Trainer of Heal Your Life USA, and Anna Milkic, Teacher, Trainer, Coach, Workshop Leader, and Confidence Mentor. Together, they are guiding and inspiring people all over the world to step into their power, heal their lives, and spread Louise's timeless philosophy of love and self-acceptance. Yay! I am so excited. Welcome. Oh, welcome, 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 beloveds. Welcome to What Would Louise Say? Welcome, Christy. Welcome, Anna.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Martine.
It's so wonderful to have you here today. So let's begin at the beginning. Christy, what led you to your discovery of Louise Hay's philosophy, worldview, and what led you to your Heal Your Life trainings? Because I'm assuming you give us the story. I won't assume anything.
It's funny because what led me to it was a job. What led me to it was a sick child where I needed to kind of switch up careers so I could be more focused on my son. And what led me to it was my best friend's mom. So it was an unexpected journey, maybe not quite the same as other people's, but in 2010, I found myself at a place where I had been teaching English at the community college level for about a decade. And it was as the economy was starting to fall apart, my job was not secure anymore. And I was trying to balance having 130 students with a really sick child who needed my time and attention. And my best friend's mom knew that I was struggling. And she was Dr. Crane's house sitter.
Wow.
And in the
Wow.
way that life is so synchronistic, Patricia was talking to my best friend's mom, Eva, and saying that, she needed somebody with good communication skills. Well, I was a writing teacher, and somebody who just kind of needed some part-time work. And so that's how it began. I went and, had an interview with Patricia, and we started out slow, and she gave me the book, which you can see behind me here.
Yes.
And, she's like, well, if you're going to work for me, you need to know what we're doing. And so I read the book, and, I was like, wow, this is me. This is everything I've always believed. And it made sense that I was landing where I was landing at a time when my son was so sick and my career was kind of falling apart. And we were also losing our house because of the economy,
Yes.
kind of going into the toilet. And my husband was down 15% in his paycheck, and we were moving in with my parents. And all of that was happening at the same time that I went to work for Patricia. And that I got introduced to Louise. And, it's so funny because I immediately started using the affirmations and started using the mirror work. And it was honestly 2009 and 2010 were the hardest adult years of my life. And it's so interesting because that's when Louise came in. It just like all the people who talk about how she fell off of a bookshelf and landed in front of them. Well, she kind of fell off of a job and landed in front of me.
Wow. That's I didn't even know. I got chills, everybody. I got chills, my beautiful ones live streaming, because I didn't even know the background story. I just knew that when I attended the training in October of 2024, I just felt surrounded by love. I'd been talking to Dr. Patricia. We'd had a few one-on-ones, and I met Rick personally, and then I met Christy and Anna. And it was a love fest, especially where I found myself last year, which was with a third stage cancer diagnosis. So when you're going through, I call it one of the, adventures, the adventures of life, you begin to download and really attune to the frequency that people are giving out. And I was just surrounded by masterful teachers and people who were walking their talk.
Yes.
So thank you, Christy, for sharing how you came. My gosh, Louise found you. Louise found you. And Anna, how did you come to the Louise Hay philosophy? What is your story? Because we all have a journey to this way of life.
Yes, we do have the journey. And I believe that my connection to Louise and Healer Life started the year I was born, because recently I learned that was the year when she published her Heal Your Body book.
Wow.
And that's very interesting fact. I like to connect dates. But what drew me to Healer Life was, I believe now looking back in time, is deep, deep need for healing. We all come to the certification training program to get a certificate and work in this field. But what we get is way more. And when I look at my life, now I see that connection. You see, I was born and raised in Serbia, and I moved to the United States as a young adult. I was 23 when I moved here. So growing up in 80s and 90s back in Serbia was very challenging. I'm going to be very careful with my words. It was not easy. Okay. I'm talking about growing up with no electricity for days over the period of months and years, with no hot water. I still remember days going hungry to high school to elementary school because there was just not enough. And that part of the world went through a lot with wars as well. And then at the time when we were kind of picking our heads up, my country was bombed. So on the top of everything, I was 17 and I had to spend almost 3 months in basement hiding from the bombs and trying to survive. So now when you look at how we build our personality, there's us in the middle, and there's a layer of what we are taught in our family, and then another level of what we are taught in our society, in our community, in our culture. So for me, that power of the thinking, that limitation, that lack of everything, of support, of resources, of existential stuff was not just inside. Yes, it was all around me. And it was kind of normal because everyone else went through the same thing. But it kind of conditioned me not to have the opportunity and not to allow myself to desire, to wish for things, because I would always be turned out. You couldn't be, you couldn't have, you couldn't do what you wanted to do. So in all that years, my mom, trying to heal, I guess, herself, had a bookshelf with a lot of different books and was trying to heal herself. So one day she brings the lady in our home, and she was a feng shui master or expert. So she came to rearrange some furniture and tell us how to, to move energy through the living space. And I was very interested. I was 17 or 18, and I was very interested in that. And I asked questions, and she came into my room and she said, the left wall in your bedroom is your wall for wishes. So when you wish something, you make sure you write it on a red piece of paper and make sure it is affirmative. It's in a form of affirmation, and it will come true. And I ask, what is an affirmation? Like, what do I do? I don't even know how to wish anymore. And now you're telling me some wording that I'm not even understanding. And that's when my mom jumps in and she goes, go to my bookshelf. You see that book, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Read about affirmations. So I go there, I grab a book, I read about affirmations, and I'm like, okay, if the lady says, she's an expert, if she says they're going to come true, I'm not going to doubt. I don't have any prejudice, and I'm not biased by anything. She said, if I do it the way she said it, and I put in an affirmation. So that's when I learned that affirmations are always, in I statements, positive affirmations. They need to They need to be positive. They need to be present tense, and I can only put them for myself. And I started creating that wall with a lot of red papers, to pass the exam at school, to get the outfit that I want, to go on the beach with my friends over the summer. I was just manifesting and creating. And the more I put affirmations on that wall, on that red paper, the more they manifested, the more empowered I felt. And, I was just creating things. So a couple of years later, life brought me to United States. And again, one of the manifestation, when no one was getting visas approved, I manifested my visa with affirmation on the red paper on my left wall. And I came to the States, and I was really interested in psychology. So I got I learned language. I went to school, and I got my bachelor's in psychology. And when I was going to do my master program, I was kind of tired of the traditional way everything seemed to work. And I was just looking for something. And I found the book. I took a break. I took a 1-year break from school, and I found the book. It is in Serbian language. Okay. This is one of those.
Oh my God.
My mom sent it to me, and here is the date. It's 1/1/2007. As a reminder, when I moved to the States, I moved here in 2005 or 6. So she sent me this one to remember what's important. And I Googled the book that I really loved, and I Googled what other books are there. And guess what I found? there's a certification training program to become a Louise Hay teacher and coach.
Wow.
I pick up the phone, I call Dr. Patricia Crane, answers. She explains the things in a way that only she knows how to do.
Yes.
I feel at home. I save the money. I sign up for the training. I go to the training. And, as I was just writing my name and getting my name tag, I was very scared. I was 28 or 9 at the time, and I was very scared because I wasn't sure what's all that about, but I had a sense, and I know that's when you sense the healing is coming, the change is coming.
Yes.
That nervousness in my body. And Dr. Patricia's husband, Rick, I never told him this story. He was at the door by the time I was walking in, and he was coming out the door, going somewhere. And I had a name tag, and he spread his arms and he looked at my name tag and he said, "Anna, welcome." And he hugged me, and I just crushed and I felt at home. And that's how I felt about this program ever since. So that's kind of my story. It has a lot of details.
I have to pause because I am in awe of the miraculous synchronicities that brought both of you to work and train thousands of open-hearted men and women who fell in love with this philosophy around the world. Where I just have to make a few comments, my beloved viewers. What I think is so powerful about Christy's journey and Anna's. With Christy, when we need the answer the most, it will show up serendipitously. When we feel so there was something in Christy's vibration, in her heart and in her mind, that I believe drew her to this work, because there was an optimism. The little bit that I know about Christy and having been around her energy, young people love her. I know she's a great mom and partner. She just has a vitality, and her set point, like where the arrow goes to, is positive. And so when you're in that frequency, you will draw the solutions to you. So it's really important that everyone viewing, wherever you are, the first, Reverend Michael Beckwith of Agape says, you have to have the feeling tone. It's the vibration and the feelings that you're emitting, because that there is a solution here. You're looking for the solution. You're staying positive. The trials can feel really, really hard, but the answer will come, and you will be led if you walk by faith and not by sight. The Bible says that, but it's really a feeling tone of joy. So no matter what you're going through, you have a feeling tone of joy. And so that's what I take from Christy's journey. And now Anna, what's so incredible is that Anna was given her mom and spiritual teacher at home, right in her house. Some people would call that good karma. Some people would call that destiny. But Anna's challenge, and I can relate to it, because sometimes you grow up in a culture where there is a dominant thought atmosphere. The group, Eckhart Tolle talks about the pain body. So the group has gone through a lot of collective suffering. And the challenge for the individual is the fork in the road. Will I follow in the footsteps of the collective belief, or will I go out on my own? There was something in Anna, her destiny, which was calling her to be an outlier. In the midst of reality, bombs, hunger, suffering, war, violence, depression, collective depression. But there was something within her soul, that was saying, you have a choice. Because that is what Louise is actually ultimately saying to us, my beloveds, Anna and Christy, that we have a choice, that regardless of our circumstances, we are not a victim. It blows your mind. It blew my mind. It blew my mind.
Yes, and what Louise says, and I'm the living example of that, no matter where and how you grew up and what kind of parents and teachers you had, you can always become who you're meant to be.
Yes. 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 And Christy, please go ahead.
I was just there. You said so many amazing things just then, so many amazing things. But I love the idea that we don't have to stay in victimhood. And you're 100% right about that. And honestly, I was drawn. I do think that I was led to this work. I realized at 16, I was actually a few weeks from turning 16, how important forgiveness was. I had had something major happen, and I forgave the human who had come into my life and hurt me very badly. And I realized it, and suddenly I was just free. I was completely free at 15, 16, And I was like, it's so important to be able to forgive. And I was immediately out of victimhood. And I saw it in my family. In my family, my dad's side, there was a circular pattern of victimization. And I saw that how learning to forgive and just allowing faith. I loved what you said about walking in faith and not in sight.
Yes.
Right? It's so, it just changes you when you can do that. And I will say all the important moments of my life have been walking in faith.
That's
Not when I've been trying to control everything.
Yes.
Right. And it's a lesson I keep learning. It's one that keeps coming up and I keep learning.
Yes.
But all the important ones. Yeah.
And that I love Louise's statement of life loves you. I was stunned. I remember when I read the book, because life is against you, life is hard, life can be so difficult, oh my gosh, life is in a bowl of cherries. You're gonna get some pits. I mean, we have all these sayings that were programmed in so many languages and cultures. It's everywhere. And to read, life loves you. All is well. And that is basically, you're not a victim. Life, the very energy that is breathing you, that is beating your heart, loves you. So even if you feel that you have not been loved in your life, or that inner child hasn't received the love that he or she deserves, life loves you. And when you begin to live from that place, that's all I needed. I was 19, I was suicidal, and I was like, life loves me? Wow. Wow.
Yes.
So my beloveds, my sisters in the movement, the Louise Hay Heal Your Life movement. How did you, of course, you guys applied it so well that you both got jobs working in Louise Hay's organization that she created with Dr. Patricia over a weekend. You manifested the work so well. It's absolutely amazing. So, but and you've both spoken, but I'd like to go just a little bit deeper. What are some other principles and tools from Louise philosophy that you've used in your life? You both mentioned mirror work, inner child work. Are there other special little nuggets that we can get? Because you both manifested incredible things already. But what other tools can you hone in on for us today before we start talking about the great trainings? Yes.
I can talk about self-talk. For me, self-talk, just because of my story and everything I said before, the belief system, the thing that you said, introduction to that, knowing that you're loved and supported. For me, life loves me and supports me is a big one. When I say universe has my back, life has my back, it supports me. I feel almost like a gentle touch on my back of the spirits. And I know that everything happens for my highest good. That what I've been through, I got to learn how to grow through that instead of just getting through it.
Grow through it,
right? So that for me, a huge thing is, and that's what I teach my clients, is fixed mindset to the growth mindset, how we transform in what we are learned, what we are conditioned to what is the vision that you have. So for me, visualization, self-talk. I'm the queen of affirmations. I love affirmations. I used to do affirmation Tuesdays, the workshop every first Tuesday of the month for years. So I love the work about affirmations, and also anger releasing and emotions releasing. One thing that Louise's work taught me, and I think that's the reason why I'm here today, is I could easily become the person who's very angry, a lot of resentment, because of everything that I lived through. But I chose to let go of my emotions, to really go in and explore what's going on within, so that I can shift it. The more I learn about myself, the more exercises I do, the more I affirm, the more I let go, the more I forgive, the more I talk to myself in the mirror, the better I am at presenting this work to my clients.
Oh, thank you, Anna and Christy.
Well, before we even talk about what I do, I've got to tell this story about Anna, and the honor I have in co-leading with her is tremendous. And maybe 10 years ago, we were assisting together, and she told me, she goes, I really want to be a teacher trainer. She goes, I'd really like to be a teacher trainer in the USA. So that's what I'm affirming. That's what I see for me. And I never forgot it. I always thought about that. And then here we are a decade later, and we're doing it together.
Oh my
And she really is a powerful manifester.
Yes, she is.
I have seen her.
A living example.
She really does lead by example. I have seen her do it so many times. In so many different ways, both in the fun thing about Anna is that she does it in a way that is very real and very grounded. And then she does it in a way that is so much fun. So much fun. Like showing up to a party with a pillow in her shirt, looking pregnant, because she's going to manifest that. And now she has a daughter. Yes. And she's
oh my God.
It's light and it's love and it's real and it's honest. And I just really wanted to acknowledge that before we moved on, because
Thank you, Christy. Thank you for reminding me of that manifestation. That pillow, that was really funny. I was in my role all night. Mm-hmm.
You were in your role all night. You walked backwards. You did the whole thing.
Everyone took their costumes off. The party was over. I was still like, oh, I can't sit on
Oh my God, my beloveds. I needed the shot in the arm of Anna and Christy today. Really, I needed, you are ministering to my soul. I have recently been going through, you're reminding me that in the midst of whatever challenge you're going through, affirm that good. If you have a dream, go sit in that car, beloveds. Go visit the houses. Make a vision board or treasure map, as they used to call them. See yourself graduating. See the money coming in. If it's a health, even go visit a gym. If you feel as though you're going through a health, I'm going to be working out. I see myself healthy. Do those things. Anna and Christy, you've reminded me about the power of active visualization. Yes, you sit and you visualize, but you go and do that thing. Go walk into the Gucci store. If you're like, one day I'll have a Gucci bag and I'll be off to my trip to Europe. Imagine and feel. Write that check like, oh my gosh, what is his name? The comedian who envisioned himself.
Jim Carrey, I think.
Oh, yes, Jim Carrey, the $10 million check.
Write the $10 million check and put it in your wallet. I'm challenging you who are viewing, to do that, because there's a broadcast on the planet that is saying that this world is broken, all hope is gone, and that is not true. Think about when Louise started her work during the AIDS crisis or the AIDS epidemic, and how she helped human beings to vision for their lives, whether they lived or died, but to see it from a positive perspective. That is what we are all about. And when we come back from our break, we are going to talk about the Louise Hay Heal Your Life organization and the impact that Christy and Anna are having on people all over the world, but especially here in America. So this is What Would Louise Say? And I'm Rev Martine on the New Thought Media Network.
New Thought Radio, music from all your favorite New Thought artists. From Jamie Lula, Karen Drucker, Gary Lynn Floyd, Ricky Byers, Daniel Nahmod, Eddie Watkins Jr., and many, many more. 24/7 New Thought Radio. Positively inspiring.
Wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we are back. Thank you, my beloveds. Please, let's talk about Christy. You got the job.
And I got the job. Life was falling apart. I got the job.
15 years later. 15 years later.
15 years later. Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly.
COO. Please, let's talk about that.
Yeah, and the inheritor of the company. You know, so I'm so grateful for that. Obviously, you know, Dr. Patricia and Rick see something in me that I'm just so honored to have seen, you know. And so, yeah, you know, Patricia and I work together very, very closely. And I learned all the ins and outs of running the organization, as well as then, and it's so funny because Anna and I, her training was also my first training. Wow. You know, and I have now, Anna's been to so many as an assistant, and I've been to so many now as an assistant. It's hard to even count how many we've been to. We've assisted together, we've assisted separately. And it's been the best 15 years. You know, and it is the thing that I do that I learned from Louise. And I love what Anna said, like how Louise said, get out your emotions. And I love the fact that Louise would hit her bed, you know, every week just to check if anything was in there. She'd go in and do her anger releasing just to see, you know. But I love the idea that we're never done. Yes. We're never done.
It's right? A journey. It's a journey.
It's a journey. And I love the journey. The journey is the best part. Yes. And I want to be in that journey every single day. And that's, you know, about 10 years ago, we got our house. Oh gosh, no, more than that. It was right about the same time. It was 15 years ago. But we were, you know, it was about 10 years ago where we were kind of struggling financially. It was month to month. And it was like, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this. And I stopped living in the fear that I grew up with, which was there's just enough. We're going to get to the end of the month and then we're going to be squeaking by until the next paycheck comes.
Yes.
So every time I felt that fear come up, every single time, I would just say to myself, there's more than enough money. There's more than enough. And I did that for, at least 2 years. Where every time, and the fear kept coming up less and less and less. Ever since I started the affirmations, we have never been negative in our bank account. We have never had to ask to borrow money. I mean, it's been good, but that doesn't mean I'm done with abundance.
Precisely.
Right? That's not where it ends.
Yes. Now
I am wise. I am wise with prosperity.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
That's my new one. So I love the idea that we're on this journey for all of the time that we're in this life.
Exactly. We certainly are.
Yes. And it's a joy. I mean, not to say that every adventure is joyous, but in all of our adventures, we can find joy.
Exactly.
And we can find the joy in growth. And the joy in the lesson.
Who doesn't love
Right?
growing? Who doesn't? I mean, think about your the flowers in your garden, or seeing the trees, especially here in the Northeast, beginning to spring forth in the spring. Who doesn't like growing? I mean, when I look at a little something that then becomes a big bush, it looks like a wonderful journey. So I think that we have to know and affirm that growth is a wonderful and
Yeah.
peaceful process. We can
Yes. And even if there's a few thorns in that bush, right?
That's
That's
right.
okay. That's okay.
That's
Because
okay.
it's part of the growth.
It's part of the growth. So, Anna, we're definitely going to talk about the classes, what both of you do. But, Anna, I just had a thought about the fear, because lots of people are in fear right now.
Yes.
And you are a master trainer, teacher. You embody this philosophy. What would you say about some of the fear that's coming up? Fear is being broadcast all over the place right now. And you are someone who's overcome, you've had to look fear in the eye.
I have to
Face
admit,
it.
yes, the growth part is interesting. What you were saying, the growth is beautiful, and a lot of people fear change.
Yeah.
So fear is always there, and I love what Dr. Wayne Dyer was talking about. It when you find yourself in fear, think, what would love say in this moment?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
on the opposite of side of fear, we have love.
Yes.
And it's conscious living, it's mindful living, that you pause when you feel, and you have to be in touch with yourself. So when you see that fear coming through all your pores and kind of taking over you, it's almost like wearing a black coat and putting a hood on, and you just want to hide and you don't want to make a next step. Just pause. Just pause and ask, what would love do now? Love would always say, it's okay. It'll be fine. All is well. So overcoming fear is coming back, like a quick exercise, coming back to this moment, asking the question, what would love do now? And having some instant gratitude. I like to go through ABC. I'm grateful for the airplanes because they take me places. I'm grateful for bananas because I love banana for breakfast.
Oh,
And
my gosh, I love that practice.
go through that and your mind shifts, because it's about mind shifting. Do you want to go there? No, because it's scary. And you don't fake it till you make it. You faith it till you make it. You trust the process.
Oh, yes. The ABCs of gratitude, and you faith it until you make it. That might be a t-shirt, Anna.
Coming back to this moment, because fear is never here. Fear is either in the past, it's a projection from the past experience, or you're somewhere in the future and you're fearing. Fear is not present. So when you feel fear, you know you're not here. And that's where you need to come back home.
Faith it till you make it. Anna and Christy, please tell me about the classes. Please tell me about the vision for the organization. I'm thrilled, Christy, I was like, oh gosh, let it go on and on and on and on and on. And we need these classes. We need these groups. We need this message. We need Louise's philosophy to thrive in people's lives.
Yes, we do.
Tell me about what you guys are visioning, what you're up to, what's coming up next, and what both of you do. Thank you.
Yeah. So, you're right. I mean, we do need this work. And I often hear we need it now more than ever, but I also think that we've just always needed it. We've just always needed this work. And it's really been, you look back on even ancient philosophy, this work has always been there.
Yes.
It's always been there. And we need it in our modern day as much as we ever needed it.
Yes.
And it is, and I have to say that when my career was falling apart, because I really thought that I would be an English professor, that I would be the department chair. That's really what I envisioned, and that I would do literature and writing for my whole life. And when that was falling apart on me, the one thing that that was funny, as I kept getting pink slips every semester, and then they'd hire you back like 2 days before the classes started, is I had one of the highest retention rates in my school, in my college. I had one of the highest retention rates.
Yes.
And I truly believe it was because, and I had the department chair come to me and say, what do you do in your class? What is it? What's going on that you keep so many students? It's so important. And I was like, I don't really know. I'm just very authentic. But when I look back now, I led with love.
Yes, you did.
Always.
That's who you are.
Always led with love. I had 130 students, and I would see each one individually. You know, they were all an individual person who individually needed love. And which is probably why I got really tired too, trying to do that and take care of a sick son. But I did.
Right. You're 100 and something babies.
Yes, exactly. They
From
really
others.
like, yes, it really was. And I did feel like their mother, even though some of them were older than me, because I was pretty young at the time. And, you know, and that's what our work is. That's what this training is. For those of us who know that we are meant to lead with love, that we're meant to lead with our heart instead of trying to always come from this space with our head. This training, and when I went, I wasn't even sure what to expect, right? Because I had been working for Patricia for about 2 years when I went. And I will say the funniest story, when I showed up the very first time to meet people from the training, I brought in food. And I just did catering. And I walked into Patricia's house, because back in the day, you would go to Patricia's house and you would do a labyrinth walk and do all of that. And so I walked in with all the catering she asked me to get. And everybody's going, well, thank you so much. Thank you. All these people are coming up in so much gratitude. And I'm like, okay, what did I walk into? Maybe they're told you have to thank everybody. I was like, what is this going on right now? Thank you for thanking me. I went home. I remember
love. If you're not used to the love fest, you're like, this is a little.
You do not get that in an English department. It's very cutthroat, actually. So I was like, what is happening? And I told my husband, I said, I don't know. I think they're learning gratitude. I'm not entirely sure what's going on in there. And, you know, and now it's so much a part of me that I'm like, oh, of course, we should all be thanking each other like that. And I did that, but I wouldn't say I was around people who did that back. And what's amazing about the training and the work, and then going out and leading the workshops and doing the coaching, is you become more and more surrounded by the like-minded people. And you're helping people to see that vision for themselves, the vision of love, the vision of a more enjoyable, satisfying life where they have faith.
Yes.
And they don't keep trying to come from this space. Instead, they're coming from this space.
That's right. That's why I love the heart on the book, the banners with the heart. It's all about love, but it's this unconditional, cosmic love. Louise just embodied an acceptance. I was blessed to be hugged by her twice. 2 random experiences. I was just met her alone. Oh, there she is. Beautiful picture. Met her alone. And I said, I love you, Louise, because I love you too, sweetheart. And she just held me. And it was she exuded it. It was a non-judgmental love, but it was that agape love for everyone. It was acceptance of everyone as they are. Mm-hmm. As they are. Not judging, but acceptance. You stood in front of her and she just accepted you and you felt it and she embodied that. Anna, I also know that you are a co-trainer now. Yay! Talk about what you met. Your mom must be.
I know, my mom, she's so proud of me. And she goes, oh, I feel like Patricia is your American mom. I'm like, she is.
Yes, she had on herself. In Serbia, beloveds, in Serbia. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. What a
Thank you so much.
journey.
Yes, yes, I'm a co-trainer now. I build my practice based on Louise Hay's teachings in coaching. So my passion for work one-on-one is always there. It's who I am, and I help women confidently change, choose, or leave what no longer serves them, and make those brave moves to create the lives that they want. So I help them change the mindset, from the self-doubt and fear to empowerment and confidence. I help them change the daily habits, financial, um, prosperity thoughts. And then I help them choose. I help them choose, set the boundary, say
Yes.
no when it doesn't fit, and say yes when, to what truly means to them.
Yes,
And I
exactly.
help them choose to love themselves. And then if changing or choosing doesn't work, I help them make a decision to leave that toxic relationship, to leave the toxic job that's unfulfilling, to leave the people pleasing patterns, everything that does not serve them. And I embody all the techniques of the Heal Your Life work. And then something that I've learned over years, I really was honored through my life to be an assistant at many trainings, probably around 20 trainings here and back in Serbia, because we do have a teacher in Serbia. So for
Wonderful.
years before having my daughter, I was traveling twice a year to Serbia to assist at those trainings. And I still remember when first call I got from Dr. Patricia Crane. And she's like, would you be able to assist? I'm like, I'm on it. I had a job at the time. I asked them for the leave. It was like 2 weeks because it was 2 trainings. And they were like, we're not sure if we can, manage the dates. And I said, then I quit, because this is my soul's purpose. And this is what I
I want to quit too.
it's right here. I don't care. It's right here. I didn't go through everything, come through this to get a
Get that
Dr.
opportunity.
Patricia to assist and say, oh no, my manager won't let me.
The book that was on your mother's shelf became a living reality. As friends, and I would quit too.
Well, that's what Dr. Patricia teaches us. Say yes to your dreams.
10
This
toes
time,
down. Yes.
and just being asked to co-teach and to be a coach-teach trainer with Christy, that I'm really close friend with as well, and we really get along, and we really love and support each other privately and professionally.
Yes.
It's just being, another level of dream coming true. So not only that I'm that I'm a teacher, but I also have my best buddy with me to walk this way. So the training itself is an amazing experience, as Martine,
Yes, I do.
I still remember going to my training originally that night when Rick hugged me, when he welcomed me. And the next morning I woke up and I called my mom and I said, again, my mom, I said, you know what? I think I'm going to be turning off my phone for the week. I feel there's a lot that I want to go through in here. There's a lot of growth for me. And she said, that's fine. I said, I'm safe, hotel's safe, people are safe, everything's good. And she goes, okay, so are you ready? And I said, I am. I did not put my mascara on because I knew it's going to be a lot of tears. I felt it coming.
And for those of you who don't wear mascara, when you're crying a lot, even the waterproof doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
You have all these chunks all over your face. So it's better not to wear mascara. Anna, oh my goodness. Oh, that sounds amazing. Amazing.
Thank you. So we are happy to announce, right, Christy?
Yes, we are. We're so happy to announce it.
Next year, 2026, October 1st through October 10th, it will be the first training that we co-lead together.
Yay!
That would be that would be a combo training where people will certify as workshop leaders and coaches within those 10 days in residency. But the program itself is a hybrid program, so it is 4 months
Yes,
So,
online.
and yes, it's online. It has online before and after the training, the follow up.
That's right. That is right. Oh, yay!
Yeah, we are so excited for this. We are genuinely so excited. We have
on.
a
Yes.
beautiful venue. It's your venue, Martine. So
In
it's
San
the Island
Diego.
House in San Diego. So it's a training and it's a retreat because it's just gorgeous.
It's absolutely
And and we take really good care of you. And you're in such a beautiful space to do this training and also to do your soul work, your inner soul work for yourself, your soul work that you want to bring to the world, to your community,
yes.
And to come and just get immersed in that love.
I was immersed in that love, and I released, beloveds. I released pain. It's so, because they say mostly with a cancer prognosis that forgiveness work needs to be done. So I walked into the training, and I'm not sure if it was the first day or what day, but we chose cards. So I know nothing. A basket's going around, of course. I forgive and I release the past and all past experiences, and I am free. I forgive and I set myself free. And I went, who knew?
And there it is.
Who knew?
You could have, boom, you're done.
The work that I needed to do. And
Yep.
so, my beloveds, I just want some stats because I want everyone to know how profoundly this work has impacted the world. How many teachers, how many trainings.
Yeah.
I know that you guys are in charge and support a whole network of incredible human beings.
Yes.
Please.
So that's the big part of COO for me. That's the operations officer stuff that I do, right? And we're 1,600 teachers, a little bit more worldwide. We're in 72 countries. Last I looked, it's over 70. Could be a little bit more than 72 at this point. We do translations for 8 or 9 languages. Yeah. So that's a lot, to manage and look over. And we make sure that we are really on top of our translations. We keep working to make that even better. We're incredibly inclusive.
Yes.
And, so it's really important to us to maintain that inclusivity. And we have 23 teacher trainers, our global trainers around the world.
Wow.
And, we are doing our best to just keep spreading that love and light. Love and light.
Yes.
Because it's the answer to everything.
It's the answer to everything. And I love in the Heal Your Life movie, Louise says, whether you're beginning your journey in a homeless shelter or in a mansion, you can heal your life by using the principles of affirming your good, thinking positively, and feeling love for that little child that didn't feel loved, however it might have looked like. You can pour that love into yourself.
It's really there. And we've had all walks of life. It runs the gambit from people in recovery who have recovered from addiction and homelessness to people who have been celebrities, and who are in mansions, who, and we often, abundance, it's the one thing, Louise, prosperity, she said it was harder to talk about than sex and politics.
Yes. Exactly.
And I always go back to that because it's so funny. We can have people show up who we would consider, you would look at from the outside and think abundant, and they're still working on abundance. And then somebody who has worked forever, and Anna's got a great story, who has worked to save up the money to make it to the training, who already see themselves as abundant.
Yes.
And it's all just a matter of perspective.
It really
Everybody belongs here.
Exactly. So, my beloveds, please go to the website, the Heal Your Life trainings. Are there any what is coming up next? Are there any classes? Here is Anna's Instagram. She's an incredible coach. For you ladies out there who are looking for an incredible coach who lives impeccably. And what I mean by that is that she's the embodiment of these principles. You heard her story. What a testimony, and this philosophy, Louise, to me, is about going from impossibility thinking to possibility, infinite possibility thinking. You're not a victim. You can be victorious in your life. Start with the small steps. So, ladies, could you tell me what is going on with the next? Are there classes? What's coming up for the organization? And we all have to go. I will be there.
Yes, you will be there. We know you're such a cheerleader for this work, and I love that. You have that passion that we have. And I've been through the program so many times through those assistings. And I remember probably up to the training that I assisted 10 or 12, I cried, I healed, I worked on things. And there's always, and what's funny about the Feel Alive book, every time, doesn't matter where you are in your life, the book finds you right where you are and it speaks to you where you are. So I don't even remember the things that Louise said. I was like, because that was not where I was the last time. I read it a couple of years ago. So now it speaks to me in a completely different way. And that's how I feel the training and those workshops also well, because some people go to the training more than once. And a lot of people go through the workshops more than once and come back for coaching. What I will be doing with Dr. Patricia Crane, and I'm very excited about this, we're going to start the Heal Your Life journey. It is a 6-week program. Part of it is on Portal online. So the part of it you will be doing and learning and healing on your own. And then we meet every Thursday, 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for an hour and a half to share and grow together. So it is a life journey. Yes, it is. It is the basics of Louise's philosophy. We cover different topics as loving relationships, desirability, prosperity, mind-body connection. And, it will be wonderful because people have time to learn on their own and come back and hear me and her talking and share with us. And so that starts.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter what level you are with this teaching. If you're new to Heal Life work, perfect. If you want to deepen your, knowledge of the Louise Hay's teachings, perfect. Wherever you are, you're welcome. It starts on October 16th through November 20th, and we have the early bird discount. So I think you can pull that up also and put it in in the back.
It's wonderful. And my beloveds, I want a little bit from each of you. This conversation has been so good, but we have to stop. I don't want to stop. My producer's probably going, could she stop? We have comments, my beloveds. Thank you for everyone. We have a ton of comments. I'm seeing some of them. Thank you, everyone who commented. I'm so sorry that we didn't address, but everything is like, yay, Instagram links, all sorts of things. Thank you for everyone who viewed us and who will be streaming. Christy, any last words? And then Anna.
My last words of wisdom. I love what Anna said about, coming from faith.
Yes.
Faith it till you make it.
Yes.
Honestly, let go of the control. Go back, read Louise's book. I love You Can Heal Your Life. I love The Power Within. Go back and find, and every day, stay in it.
Yes.
Every day, go and listen to the YouTube. We have an amazing YouTube channel, the Heal Your Life YouTube channel. You can find us there. We have loads of videos with Louise. This podcast will be there, all the previous podcasts, and every single day, just find a moment so that you can stay in it. It will change your life. It makes your life easier.
Yes, it does. And Anna, any tips, words of wisdom before we're done with the interview?
Yes, if you feel stuck, if you feel disconnected, if you don't know where to go or where to begin, Heal Your Life has all the answers for you.
Yay! So, my beloveds, this has been incredible. I will have Christy and Anna back on, especially after their first training. We're going to stay in touch with the new leaders of our movement. We love Dr. Patricia. She's still going to be around. Rick, they're going to come on the show, but we're hearting you. And this is Reverend Martine on the New Thought Media Network. And what would Louise Hay say today? Love you.
Thank you.